back before work. I gotta work in an hour and a half. So I gotta be there in an hour. So I'm gonna stream. So I want to talk about encryption. I love encryption and decryption and coding and software performance and resimulation software performance. Imagine this. You resimulate the universe, you host your computer in a higher dimension of space, and now the lower dimensions cost less. I want to talk about shit like that. Oh, by the way, 420 shout out. I beat normal mode. Stay tuned. Give me more levels. So, if you are in a 3 spatial dimensional realm, XYZ, and you're just like looking, what happens if you freeze time in order to like enhance encryption of your just looking, right? What happens if you freeze time like a whole bunch through relativity, but never freeze time to yourself? This is what I want to talk about right now. This is some crazy reality code theorems that I'm thinking about. The next stage is, instead of flowing through a 3 spatial dimensional realm, what if you're in like 2 million spatial dimensions and it just looks like you're in 3 spatial dimensions? I'm talking about constructural engrossment is key, and encryption comes in infinite many languages. That's some cool shit right there. So imagine all permutations of reality and time are saved, hard saved. So we're in pre-computed time bubbles pretty much, right? So time is frozen outside now with that idea. And the next idea is spatial dimensional pre-computation. I'm going to prove it right now. 4 spatial dimensions would be multiverse. So you could be flowing through time and shifting through the same exact thing, but changing the rule infrastructure of the pre-computed time bubble. Basically going from pre-computed time bubble to pre-computed time bubble on a dime without having any kind of continuity errors, where your constructional engrossment is flawless. That's some cool shit right there. For real. Because now you're actually already moving through upper spatial dimensional realms, but only visibly seeing 3 spatial dimensional realms. And actually, if you go really technical, you're only looking at 2 spatial dimensions. You're witnessing 3 spatial dimensions because it's X, Y, and time, creating simulated 3 relative perceived spatial dimensions. Because if you take a layer of photons, that's a picture. You'll never get me. You will never get this. You will never get me. See, I discovered that 2 years ago. I was walking through the park. I was coming back from health. I was in a really bad, like, 220 pounds plus phase of my life. And, actually, at this point, I was already down to, like, 160-ish, I think. So I was already back. And body health has a lot to do with mental health. And I started thinking a whole lot about all the research that I was doing online, because I spent so much time jobless, working on the internet, working on myself, working for myself, constantly researching, constantly YouTubing, constantly Wikipedia, Google. I wanted to learn. So why does this all matter? Encryption. Space alien hackers. My number one thing is no abduction without consent. That's like what I want to work on. I want biology as technology, root consciousness is hackable, hack it, and then make no abduction without consent. Infinite reversion to different spatial dimensions, infinite wave functions, infinite encryption keys, infinite consent enforcement. Like I said, no abduction without consent. That's the biggest thing. That is my biggest thing, because right now what I'm dealing with is terrorism in root consciousness fields of science is what I'm trying to like theorize prevention on. And abduction comes in every form. What about human abductions? What if the Taliban figures this stuff out and they start abducting your root consciousness, and now they can torture you just as simple as saying, I'm everybody around you. Or my Taliban is everybody around you. I'm stealing your universe momentarily and putting you in pre-computed time bubbles. Well, you need to be upper dimensional in order to combat that. And they need to be lower dimensional. The end. That's what the Patriot Act is. Patriot Act says any and all tools to prevent terrorism. Meaning what I'm talking about. So in order to stop somebody from doing this kind of stuff to your consciousness, you need to have a non-local remote control going on, which I believe everybody already has. Just signing up for Earth, I'm pretty sure you just automatically have that. Unless you don't believe. Because that's your consent, right? Then, good game. Opening the doors to terrorism. My other one is packet hacking now. Like, what happens if a game developer's server is vulnerable now? Because they're like, oh, I'm going to keep my server on Earth. Like, we hacked all our minds out, I'm going to keep my server on Earth. Now they're in, like, 3 spatial dimensional realm, and it's like, psh, hacking a 3 spatial dimensional realm. Good luck. Easy mode, baby. Gotcha. I'm going to fucking inject all the bad packets, and I'm going to win every game, and you're never going to have single-player enjoyment again. You want to play World of Warcraft? I am that boss. Boom, raid wipe. What just happened? World of Warcraft's pretty hip to this, I think, though, already. They're supported by God, as far as I could tell. Because I just kind of, I have these feelings, you know, I just like scout source code with my feelings. I just feel it. I'm like, alright, this is what's going on. But Habby has, this game that I'm playing right now, this game was super vulnerable, I swear. It was either super vulnerable or they were like selling backdoors to terrorism. They're like, yo, you want to hack this fool? Give me $1 million. Oh, shit. But that leads to acquisition, though. You know, like, you can't do that kind of stuff forever and get away with it. Someone eventually is going to blow the whistle. Once the whistle's blown, your company's lost. Like, you're going to get acquisition through relativity, whether it's public eye or not. You know, that's kind of how it works. Is acquisition teams care about the users, not necessarily the money and the fame and all that other jazz. What other jazz? Jazz, like bluegrass jazz, you know, like music. That was perfectly timed. I turned on my car keys to see what time it is to make sure that I'm not late for work. As in getting your name out there, jazz, like having, like, being like, oh, we acquisitioned this company in the public's eyes, and now, like, this is this company instead. and we're going to change the names and blah, 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 all that jazz. That's the jazz I was talking about. Like, all the inner workings with how an acquisition actually works, especially relative to, like, an unlawful company. Like, think about it this way. If you're a terrorist cell organization and you're working on terror and your goal is to create terror, and then the military comes in and is like, nope, that's an acquisition. So there is a good acquisition, and then there's nothing else. That's as far as I'm aware. Like, it's either you team God or go fuck yourself. Get into the multiverse. Put yourself into the, Earth is a video game. Not Earth is hardcore. Realism. Strats. Like, it works one way around here, as far as I'm concerned. And God, to me, is an inevitability. It's like, who is the first person to extrapolate root consciousness? The moment you extrapolate root consciousness and you are the first ever, you're God. Good luck being that with infinite time before us, like, and the universe is already a creation theorem. Like, you can be God. I'm God. God told me. That's how that works. Yeah, it don't work another way. If God goes, you're not God because you're a terrorist, then you're not God. Sorry. Peace. Opinions. Differing opinions are funny on this topic. Like, I view it as one way. It's like, you're either in line or you're just wrong. Like, nobody wants your cheat code algorithm. Like, bro, first of all, let me get this straight. Video games didn't exist once in a while. And then when they did exist, you didn't have cheat codes. Okay? You made cheat codes. So if you want to talk about balance, cheat codes are not real algorithm is balance. Okay? You made war a real thing. Okay? Before conscious beings existed, there was peace. And you know what else there was? Peace. You know what else? Peace. There was nothing else. It was peace. Gee, just like, there is nothing else other than that. So, if you're talking about entropy versus order, randomness versus defined, that kind of shit, well, let's talk about peace as the baseline, as the beginning, before conscious beings spawned. The universe is talking, we should listen is from a song that I love so much. The universe is talking, we should listen. Meaning, the idea of evolution is a God's message. Not necessarily that evolution was the reason of being this time around, but more so that the universe is talking and we should listen because somebody already made the universe for us to learn from. So I'm assuming that God's theorem is there was no conscious beings. And then there was because of cellular mutations. Mutations into randomness, and randomness into consciousness. Consciousness into order, and then infinite order. Meaning, once you obtain your consciousness, you obtain immortality. Once you obtain immortality, you make root consciousness spidering algorithms, searching every single possible phenotype of reality in order to extrapolate root consciousness to make sure nobody ever actually gets root consciousness deleted. and setting that above infinite encryption firewalls and putting every single being that could possibly create ever into a lower dimensional source. And then you have infinite immortality, meaning infinite souls are infinitely immortal for infinity. I am like a Google or older in my soul, and when I speak it within my mind, it's as if I can't even speak anything else is true. Only that age is true, and nothing else is true. If I try to say that I'm younger than a Google, my everything will collapse. My world will collapse. It's just impossible. It's frustrating to even speak it. It just feels uneasy, impossible, hard to do. I'll check chat real quick. Am I reading my Twitch chat? Yes, I'm going to be in and out of Twitch chat. Dude, I'm streaming from my phone. I'm leaking the super classified deets, if you haven't noticed. The Illuminati, the Negatron Illuminati, I took them over. I'm the Positron Illuminati leader now, Supreme Commander. I will only be addressed by Supreme Commander from here on out, or greater, until I figure out what greater than that is. Okay? So, there is no Negatron Illuminati. I put them in another dimension. I killed them all through relativity, even though there is no killing. How about that one? I put them in pre-computed time bubbles that are non-time dialed with us. That's as close as I can get to killing them. Alright? We're killing all the evils on Earth. Terrorism will be no more. We will eradicate terrorism. We'll have upper dimensional Earth, relative perceived interconstructual, by the end of last year and the year before. How about that? Sounds like a good deal. Alright. By the end of last year. I like that part. All we need to do is get rid of video game cheaters now. All they can do is hope. Hope that we fuck up and don't standardize the industry. We just need a standardized whitelist. All permutations of reality are already scouted, and then we need to hack all of our minds out and put it into the whitelist of those permutations of reality, define all lower factorial gears, so then we can say, hey, Source, these are all the Lego blocks. Can you do every possible permutation of these Lego blocks for us, please? And then Source goes, sure, it's already completed. Because I predicted this, bitch. What if? And then you go, okay, what about the non-defined versions? What about the other versions of reality that I didn't ask for? Can I perceive those? If no, then force into yes. Infinite transcendent manifestation. This is my number one lesson right here of all time. Infinite is a funny word. You got to understand all three of these words. Infinite means in the moment, everything that there is. And then over time, can there only be infinite? Over time, infinite is real. In a moment, infinite is not real. It's finite. But it can be relative perceived infinite. And you can call it infinite because you're like, oh, that's infinite. Look at the stars, it's infinite. But no, in that moment, it was finite. Even though it was infinite. Defined as such, maybe. Right? So once you understand infinite, then you go to transcendent. So you're constantly transcending, you're never stopping to make better. So this is an algorithm command, meaning like, I want my biology to be infinitely, transcendently manifesting perfect. Always more perfect. Forever. So manifestation is in every moment shall I take the new perfect and manifest. Infinite transcendent manifestation. That is how we create omni antibodies, which is going to be in the future because I already have it installed in my body, bitches. I have it. I swear to God, I have omni antibody algorithm with infinite transcendent manifestation already hooked up on my body with remote particle alignment alteration. So if there's a new strain of bioterrorism, I'll go beep and I'll be immune. As soon as a three-dimensional particle alignment or particle awareness machine becomes aware of the new bioterrorism particle alignment, the new phenotype, and I'm telling you, this is how far we are in the future right now. I have that already on me at all times. Somebody just tried to remove it from me, with a false inception and an idea of fucking bullshit. At that moment, some motherfucker astral superpositioned my fucking body, selected my body, then selected around my body, all in a flash too, then pulled away his selection, and then idea flashed me, you just lost that thing. And then I'm like, you just did all of these other things instead though. That's outer dimensional. I didn't say you can do that. I didn't offer you an option. I have that for life. No matter what. That's an upper dimensional algorithm spider that will infinitely exist. You'll always be there for everybody to choose yes or no. An infinite transcendent manifestation counter-terrorism to biowarfare. That right here is what is called the Patriot Act in action already. You cannot create bioterrorism anymore and get away with it, is what I'm trying to say. It's physically impossible. Impossible. Once you add Patriot Act with resimulation, GG. It's over. It's done. Everything's done. Your whole evil scenarios are all done. Every single thing. Because of no magic clause. You just say positive magic. Eventually. Magic is unexplained science. Magic scales into the infinity. There's infinite magic that God doesn't know. There's infinite magic that Source doesn't know. There's infinite magic, period. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Every bad thing in infinite magic has a good thing in infinite magic that counters it. And not only that, if you find one bad thing, you have infinite good things that already counter that one bad thing. And one of them's called the multiverse. You just go, not this bad thing. That's it. That's all you have to do. Not the bad thing. And then they're like, but what about the not the good thing at others, though? That's what Terrorist Squad says. Did you ask consent for that? Or are you just trying to rape? Because if you're going to open rape clause, boy, I'm going to show you God's dick. It's as big as the universe. He's going to shove it right up your consciousness, and you're going to jizz fucking ponies and rainbows and fairy tales out the other side forever. Oh, that is the funny thing right here. Is terrorism is we're gonna find that black hacking thing. We're gonna find it. And we're gonna use it. And it's you're not understanding my last statement. The ones that say that, right? You're not understanding that there are infinite counters to everything. And one of them is so simple as just saying no. Don't. The universe that is not that. The universe that exists without that. That one's always present. Always available. No rage. Why no rage? Rage is listed as one of the highest tier skills, but I actually don't see it as that. I see it as a middle tier skill because it's like, you want me to be low health? Like, cool. Yo, I just got my damage buff. The game was already over. The match was already over. You know what I mean? Like, cool. It's not really the best skill. If I was to write the tier list, Ricochet is number 1. Multi-shot. Front arrow. Attack. Crit. Maybe crit first, then attack. I don't know. Crit and attack are like right there, though. They're like the same. Dude, one of my friends, I got him started on this game. I shouldn't even call him my friend because he's a fucking savage motherfucker. I hate him so much. But anyway, he's like, dude, Holy Touch is so good, bro. And I'm like, what about Ricochet? He's like, Holy Touch, man. Holy Touch. Like, you're so new. I never pick Holy Touch. But I think if Holy Touch did base damage, then we're talking. Let me check chat. Damn, this is a lit stream today, boys. Alright, let me think of something. What classified details have I not released yet? Oh my god, Nuclear Code, Da Vinci Code. Oh, these are so important topics right now. Oh, Nuclear and Da Vinci Code. If you know what I'm talking about right now, you're so smart. You're so smart. I swear. Oh, shit. Da Vinci Code is a real thing installed in the universe. And I broke through it. And it's actually relatively easy to do. Nuclear Code, on the other hand, too, that comes... Breaking through with these things is just idea. A matter of knowledge. A matter of wisdom and belief. True wisdom and belief. Understanding it and not saying like, oh, this is a maybe. Saying this is an is. Doing that. Woo! I got goosebumps right now just saying those words out loud. Just to be like, I can help you guys break through this right now. Tune out. If you don't want help breaking through these codes, you better fucking dial the fucking out of my channel right now. Because I'm about to release the way. One of my friends says, I shouldn't call him my friend. This guy's a fucking asshole. I fucking hate this cuck. Always leeching at me. Bro, can I get a ride? Bro, you want to buy me dinner? Like, bro, you want... No, bro. Fucking let me just do my life. What the fuck? But anyway, his big spiel is this thing called The Wild Way, which is about lucid dreaming. But let's go back. Da Vinci Code and Nuclear Code. This is super OP codes right now. OP releases. There are people right now that are trying to listen to me in real life with spirituality, and they're getting redacted because they have spiritual consents, and they will not allow somebody to teach them nuclear/Da Vinci codes. So this is super real right now. This is about to get real as fuck. Nuclear code. I'm going to break you down on nuclear code. If you break mass consent or macro consent breaking, meaning press that nuclear button, your consent will be broken instead. Meaning up to anything, really. They can shove you into a simulation right before you press the button. And now you're in Fallout in real life. That's nuclear code. If you believe in that, you will surpass nuclear code. Da Vinci code. Now this is just a theorem right now for a lot of people. This is as good as I can possibly explain it. Da Vinci code means peace is on top. That is the title of the Da Vinci code. Now, to break through it is way more than that. Way more than that. You can't just say, oh, I believe peace is on top. Well, no, you have to practice it. You have to preach it. You have to believe it. You have to manifest it. You have to do it. It has to be your lifestyle. When you break through that, then you will be in the Da Vinci code, which is an enlightened state of being. That is as close as I could possibly explain. Go soon. This was hard. And it has to do with so many feelings and emotions and true beliefs. Your true beliefs are recorded. Your true ideas are manifested, recorded. That sort of ideology right there. And that's what allows Da Vinci Code to say your Da Vinci Code transcendent or your Da Vinci Code descendant. Meaning you pass the bar or you fail the bar. Kind of thing. Those two things are actually one of the coolest things ever. And with Da Vinci Code, I've even prescribed people Da Vinci Code. I was like, you need to research Da Vinci Code with your mind, and you need to pass Da Vinci Code with your mind, because I know you trifling. Like, and I did that recently too. That within the month, I think I did that to somebody. I was like, yo, the reason you can't do this is because you don't have Da Vinci Code transcendence yet. Like, and they're like, what's that? I was like, well, this is a hard one to explain. I got it this time. I'm beating it. I'm getting 200 hard today. 200% hard. Giggity. Okay, I'm gonna play a song because let's go here. How did you just go backwards? The fuck? Maybe I'm not playing a song. DMCA be after me. Yo, I swear to God, there are literally so many people that want classified intel to be like not released that they're after me, yo. I swear. They're after me. They know I'm smart. They're like, he's smart and he's not under NDA. What do we do? How do we stop this? Get this one. Nvidia's like, yo, we gonna kill him. And he's gonna have the Nvidia Unlimited card in heaven. Because of my theory that they have like 10 million releases already like saved up in like prediction algorithm permutations. And they're just like slow releasing us, trickle in. Like, gotta make that grand per card, yo. Like, shit. That's a monopoly right there. Honestly, I want to predefine that as a monopoly and use Patriot Act as like a reasoning method to like scout all the fucking ways of information storage in order to stop bad developers from trickling in upgrades. Like, the whole point of making stuff isn't to like control each other. Like, I swear to God, like, one day I will fucking take over the graphics card industry if you do not release unlimited cards sooner. Like, it will release. They like, oh no, we gonna release for infinity. And I'm like, nah. We gonna have root consciousness. We gonna have supercomputer. We're gonna be inside a supercomputer. Everything's gonna be pre-computed, and there's gonna be no lag, no cheats, nothing. You don't even need a graphics card. You just go monitor, keyboard, mouse, GEG, like wired. Fuck, no power, no nothing. You don't need photons. You need a green screen. That's it. Your mind can be hacked. The photons in your mind can be bio-augmented reality hacked. You can play video games upper dimensionally. Like, fuck all that shit. Why would you need an NVIDIA graphics card? What the fuck are you talking about? Good luck fucking fighting my fucking brigade in the future. Shit. With that technology, we're just going to consent rape the fuck out of that. We're going to just dip. You're going to have two-player universe selling NVIDIA cards to fucking Bill Gates and fucking nobody else. Because nobody else can afford them. Like, get real. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my way is the real way. Like, my way will become everybody's heaven eventually. Like, you will get bored of all the other phenotypes of reality eventually. And you will live in something like I'm talking about. Like, if you already don't. If you already don't is what kills them. Ooh, that really gets under the T-Squads. T-Squad, terrorists, terrorizers, and tricksters. T-Squad. Then there's CT Squad, everybody else. That's what I operate on. It's either you're everybody else or you're a terrorist. What do you want to be? Terrorists right now cringing all across the world. Like, oh, he knows the way. How are we going to terrorize him now? They can just say no. Not that universe. Alright, I'm about to take off here. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Have a good night or morning. Peace.